That's not so far away, though.
That is pretty close.
Okay, guys, this is the PvP moment we were waiting for.
Oh god, don't pressure me.
Yeah,
I would
so much
normally
pressure.
Just like he
Tim,
seems busy. I would go
There's
away.
like more than 600 people watching your every step now.
So, first of all, I bought DayZ originally when it was released, probably a few days afterwards, probably in the first week after it was released or so. That was sometime around Christmas 2013. I liked it. I played about 400 hours, then threw it away because everyone was killing each other on site. And I like the chill walks, I like the hikes, I like the general survival apocalyptic atmosphere. But yeah, coming back to your question, I was then engaged in some heavy German DayZ roleplay. Yeah, and that brought me up to 2,000 hours. And with that solid time bank and some other professional development, I studied game design, graphic design, and also some work in communications. I was working for an online blog for survival games with a special focus on DayZ because I had certain game experience on it. And with all that in the back, I was visiting the DayZ team at Gamescom. And so I met you guys there. Some of you might remember Martin, Buddy, the former community manager, and several other members of the team at the time. And so I already had tons of knowledge about DayZ. I was semi-professionally writing about DayZ for online blogs, basically games journalism. And from there, it was basically just another step for DayZ to open a position for another community manager. And I applied. I was like, hey, why not? The game maybe could use some support and communications. I applied and it went well. So I joined DayZ as a community manager in 2018. And 2019 I decided to switch internally to production because I found that this aspect of game development really interests me. Producer is, and I'm always struggling to find a good metaphor for this one. We are trying to be roughly the hive mind of development. And in responsibility, that means that we are responsible for delivering the game at the right time with the expected amount of quality. And that basically means that we are at the heart of the development, and we are basically connecting all the parts from different departments, programming, technical design, designers, art, and keep an overview over all these people working on it, all these different professions. We try to figure out when can all this be ready at the right time? Does this fit into the schedule when these updates are supposed to come out? And yeah, that's basically from game development side. And then there's other aspects to it, like marketing. We work together with marketing, see what marketing needs to be successful. Can we implement that in the current schedule? Does the game need new content right now, or does it need more bug fixing? And so on. Several topics. We are basically at the heart of everything. We do not want crunch. As a producer who is responsible for managing the time of the team, I say we do not want crunch. Crunch, for everyone who is not aware, is massively long times of overtime that people have to work to just get something done. On the one hand, we are in a bit easier position than a game that's just releasing, because if you have to finish a complete game, then you might be under different pressure than when you have to release one update with only a fraction of the content. So the smaller you get in scope, the easier it is to avoid it. What we do is we make sure we discuss with the team. We know our team by now, and we discuss what's possible in the time. We listen to the guys when they say, no, this is too much. And then we say, okay, then we can't do it. Or we have to scale it down. We push it to another update. That's the thing. If you want to support a game over 9 years and keep your experienced developers, then you need to listen to them. You need to make sure that they can lead a normal life and not break down under pressure. And because if you continue developing just like crunching your people down, then yeah, you're crushing them. So we are avoiding it. We are not managing crunch. We are trying our best to avoid it.
Yeah.
And if somebody has to work overtime, they take that time off on a different day.
Mm-hmm.
That's the intended way how it's supposed to go. And then sometimes they force themselves to stay around longer to get this done and say, yeah, I just need to do this a bit longer and then I get done. And for us on production, it's also about keeping an eye on them, seeing how long are they staying. Are they staying too long, maybe? And that we try to keep out also for their health and sanity.
If I'm correct, the next week we are expecting to release another patch, right, for the 1.19.
Yes.
So we are still focusing on that. It will be some general bug fixing and kind of removal of some of the exploits that are unfortunately still present. So kind of stability. And I think at this point it's worth also talking about 1.20 and the fact that we will kind of try to stick to what we used to do before, which is that the first update of the year is usually kind of a stability update that's cleans up the desk and kind of prepares us for the year to come. So we definitely expect a Christmas event to come this year, so you can definitely look forward to that. But regarding 1.20 as it is, it's currently scheduled for the next year, correct?
1.20 will release next year.
Yeah. So not only scheduled, but it will. As I said, it's because the 1.19 just partly absorbed some of the content and stuff that we wanted to bring in the 1.20. We mentioned that the Christmas event will be coming again. We're not gonna give a specific date yet, but we expect it somehow around mid-December, correct?
Mid-December, yeah.
Yeah,
Will roughly be the deployment of the Christmas.
Yeah. So around that time, so you can look forward again to Santa crashes, or like the heli crashes with Santa Santa vibes, and the Santa beard, the hat, the Christmas trees, right, and some other stuff. So there will be definitely some vibe and some basically new content, but I think most of it, or maybe all of it, you will know from the last years. But it's a lot of work, to do it properly. So we don't really want to promise anything that we cannot deliver on, and you also have to understand that a lot of the developers also live outside of the office, which always seemed like a weird idea to me.
Yeah.
And around the Christmas, they tend to spend time with their families, which I think is atrocious. Like, why would you do that?
People hate us for that.
Yeah, like, exactly. So we still obviously work in December, but there's like a couple of days cut off, so it's better to kind of keep it all conserved and what really we can deliver.
To basically put it into shape. If I was to consider an update, because it falls into my responsibility as a producer to decide these things, and if we are talking an update at the end of the year, an update means that we need to first consider. We need to prepare for this update, so we need to run it through the experimental period, get some feedback from the players, able to adjust it. That takes several weeks. And after the release, we need to make sure that we have a buffer period in case something gets out there, which sometimes happens, that there is some new exploit, some new bug, so that needs to be fixed. And I need to keep core people in the office to make sure that we are able to react to that. And if we are not leaving these time periods, then either you have a broken build over Christmas, which you don't want, or we have to keep our developers over Christmas, which we also don't want.
Yeah.
So this doesn't benefit anyone if we try to rush and try to push something in before Christmas, something big.
Yeah.
So we are keeping it safe.
Yeah, so with the next year, obviously I cannot say like, yeah, we're gonna do that, and that, but we kind of want to keep it like the previous year.
It's gonna be updates.
Yeah,
it's gonna be updates.
Yeah. Yeah, so we definitely want to keep supporting DayZ and expanding on it. I mean, it's not so long ago, I think with the release on 1.19, we had like over the course of 1 week, we had almost 1 million like unique players that launched the game. You know, that's huge for us, and we are so grateful that you really appreciate the progress that this game did. So we are committed to keep supporting it.
I think with the article in general, it will most likely happen in the first quarter.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
basically how it will go, because basically we are right now, we've released 119 just now, and of course this keeps us busy, and we are already working on 120. At the same time, we are planning the new year, and it's about not promising too much because there's a lot going on, and we need to figure out how can everything fit in there. And we don't want to promise too much, of course. So either we promise you we give very, very vague outlining, or we overpromise.
Yeah.
So we try to find some middle ground with that, but it takes time to do
Yeah.
that, and that mostly happens somewhere in the first quarter. Can't say if January or March or so, but sometime around that time we will be able to release a rough outline of what's going to happen.
Okay, that's good info. How's the morale with the team, Mazgel? I would say it's really good. Like really good, because when we keep hitting these almost peaks, or some records in player numbers, it's always nice to see such a good reception, right?
Yes, and it's not only the numbers; it's also, for example, the last update, the 119, the undergrounds. It's a huge feature. It's a combination of features and assets, because the entire building blocks for the entire underground, somebody has to make them. The darkness when you enter it, somebody has to make it. The water levels in the I don't want to spoil too much, but if you go to the underground, what happens with the water there, the drowning features and so on, everything that's connected to it. Tons of people worked on it, and to see the reception of that and see people like it and use it, that's very, very rewarding for the team.
Yeah. Yeah, someone is actually saying that we should hire the modders for some help. They are doing great things. I absolutely agree. Like, we are so thankful for the modding community. We try to support them as much as we can, because we know it's important to the overall health of the game. But it's also true that sometimes you see on a stream Adam, our creative lead, and he was modder himself, and now he's part of Bohemia for maybe more than a decade, right? And also one of the newest members of the DayZ team, DOJ, or Dance of Jesus, that you may know him from the community, is actually the guy responsible for a lot of the map changes, or maybe all of them, in the 119 update. So
partially.
Yeah. So we definitely try to work with the modders, and a lot of them actually became part of the team. Going to prevent people from building and camping the bunker. So this was like a topic for us. We talked about it many times. As of right now, we don't want to change this, because once we start doing these restrictions, right, where people can do this kind of stuff, it can get out of hand. But yeah, we will keep monitoring it.
Exactly.
And we will see, but it's definitely not like an accident, and it's not like we wouldn't read your feedback. It's just we kind of need to hold the vision together, right?
The underground area, the Dumbok Underground, is a high value area, and if somebody goes there and wants to fortify it, then I expect some high geared people to go there and blast the fans away. However, if you encounter an underground that is completely closed off, sealed off by 15 entrances or so, then feel free to let us know, and we'll have a look at it.
Yeah.
As Matthew said, we are monitoring the situation, and depending on how much it gets exploited, we might reconsider it, but it's to be seen.
Yeah.
This is not encouragement to build 15 fences to prove us wrong.
Yeah, don't do that.
Somebody's shooting over there.
Okay, let's go there. Go investigate.
Alright.
You have... Okay. That's not so far away though.
That is pretty close.
Okay guys, this is the PvP moment we were waiting for.
Oh god, don't pressure me.
Yeah,
I was just
so much
normally just
pressure.
like- oh, there we go. Hi.
Okay.
I think there was another one.
Guys, this is intense.
1 second, I need to get rid of those.
Super easy.
Well, they get me cornered now.
Just say to him that you change your mind and you want to be friendly. Hey,
Oh.
he's right here.
Hey there, I'm behind you. No worries.
Hi, where are you? Don't shoot.
I am not shooting, I don't have anything in my hands.
Stay on your place. Stay.
Alright.
I think he's gonna shoot you.
Yeah, of course he is.
Do you have some medicine?
Come on. What kind of medicine do you need?
Just bandage.
I dropped you a bandage here, right in front of me.
So I just met with one lady. She shot to me by shotgun, and I were injured.
A lady was
She
shooting at
injured
you.
me. Be careful. Yeah.
Yep, I'll be very careful. And take care.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your bandage. Take care.
You're welcome. See, I was a nice person. It would hurt to
I
kill
told
him.
you, you should just tell him that you changed your mind, you know, and you're friendly now.
Yeah,
and it worked.
It actually was. It's actually true.
Oh, there's chicken. Okay, you will have to wait. You will have to wait for it. Okay, this wasn't as dramatic then. Like other guests usually milk it for like 20 minutes.
I'm sorry, I didn't read the script that I was supposed to change it for half an hour. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, it's written right there.